Hello, I'm David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, and it is Saturday, November the 28th, 2015. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving and one day after Black Friday. So I guess this is sunny, it's sunny Saturday here in Seattle. Well, I have this idea that I can create a 10-minute message that can help 10 million people, and although I don't know if it's going to happen, I do know that the talk is going to be 10 minutes long. I'm teaching myself speaking skills by even making these talks. Teaching myself how to drink water as well. Well, to clear my throat. And I had this alarm clock set off to go off in 10 minutes to train myself to keep the talks short. So each day I ask myself, what is a message that I could create that could offer great value to other people? And as I ask myself this question, I get all kinds of answers, but I find that if I ask it 10, 20, or 30 times, I tend to get some consistent answers, some that keep coming back over and over again, and the answers there then are becoming the topics that I choose to speak about. And the topic today, boy, you know, this is called a large, this is when your throat is really dry. By the way, it's one of my most valued health habits is drinking lots of pure water. Somehow that's helped me more than anything else in my life. Do you know that I do not use any products on my skin at all? I never have. It didn't seem to benefit me. I don't use any kind of skin cream. I don't even, well, I use one kind of shampoo that's fragrance free. Other than that, I don't put any products on my skin. But when I drink lots and lots of water, I find that I never have any problems with my skin. I have no blemishes on any part of my body, no wrinkles, no pimples, no anything. So keep in mind, anything you can learn about, about building up health from the inside. Well, here I am rambling on different subjects again because my mind, it likes to think on 5 or 6 tracks at once. But I'm training myself to become more focused. So the title of this talk, which now I only have 6 more minutes to do, but I think can be powerful, this talk is going to be called Be a Lifey, Not a Foodie. Now, a foodie is a person who likes food, and there's nothing wrong with liking food, but typically a foodie can be a person who's so into food that they go for the experience of the food rather than for the ultimate benefit of how the body's going to experience the long-term effects of eating that kind of food. Now, there's still nothing wrong with having stimulating life experiences that are of the senses, that the sensual experiences of taste, of smell, and touch with food. And to share fun food with fun people is, of course, a very fun thing. But I've got this idea that if I could give a talk that could be real helpful, it would be this. Become a lifey, not a foodie. Now, a life-e is I just take the word life, L-I-F-E, and put a Y at the end of it, in the same way that a foodie would take the word F-O-O-D, food, and maybe put an I-E at the end of that. So maybe the lifey would also end in I-E. But the reason that I say be a lifey and not a foodie is this. If you focus on the quality of your life, the length of your life, the quality of all of your years, including your older years, if you place importance on the well-being of your life, then it follows that you will make food choices that will probably taste good anyway, at least after you get used to them. I mean, I eat a lot of fresh, raw spinach and things like this, and at first something like chocolate ice cream and barbecue potato chips tasted a lot better than raw spinach and was a much more of a fun experience. But bit by bit you can get adjusted to things, and you can train yourself to eat the kinds of foods that are so beneficial for your body. The superfoods, organic fruits and vegetables, blueberries, berries and seeds, and avocados and kale, the dark green vegetables and the fresh fruits, apples and mangoes and a variety of the greens and of the fruits. If you train yourself to eat these more and more, you're going to like them more and more. The body's going to probably respond better and better. And in the same way that a foodie appreciates and enjoys the taste and flavor of food, a lifey can also enjoy to just as much of an extent, and I'm going to argue even far, far to a greater degree of enjoyment, because the body is going to be operating, I think, more efficiently. The taste buds and even the sense of smell is more keen the cleaner that the body is, and the less impurities and the less pesticides and all this kind of stuff, the less fats and dairy products and things that could impede your senses, like your sense of smell or taste or whatever. So the idea is, be a lifey, not a foodie. Now, if you're a foodie, don't get too mad at me. Enjoy being a foodie. But in being a foodie, attempt to go for health rather than just comfort food, or rather than just the stimulation, the quick stimulation, the quick fix, or particularly any addictive behavior where you're just reaching for food every time your emotions feel sad, or every time that your emotions are too hyper or too full of anxiety, reaching for a different type of food, or when you feel a sense of grief or loss, whatever, reaching for a different type of food. Do not let your emotions dictate the kind of food you eat and how quickly you eat it. Instead, by being a lifey, by being interested in your life, the chances are you're going to be more interested in your emotions anyway. And by learning about your emotions, you're going to understand how to process feelings and emotions in such a way that you'll be more cleaner emotionally. You'll be able to let go of emotions that are not serving you, and you'll be able to embrace whatever feelings are most appropriate for the time, and particularly those feelings that are most supportive of yourself and the people that are around you, rather than to allow yourself to get triggered by a stimulus response and have some emotion be a response to something happening in your environment or with somebody else, and then because of that emotion, then reaching for some type of a food. Be a lifey. Understand life. Be a student of your life. Be a student of the biological, system of your life, to understand what types of lifestyles, including food, can best support the continuity of your life, and a very, very healthy life, a long life, a happy life. There are a lot of, food addictions, drugs, alcohol, even caffeine, all kinds of things people, take every single day, merely because there's some imbalance in their body that they could correct easily by some study and experimentation on their diet. Probably a little bit of exercise and getting good rest as well too. So my message here is, be a lifey, not a foodie. Now, I go to food events. There's a meetup group in Seattle called the Indian Curry Meetup. Boy, they go to these nicest restaurants. And there are many other meetups having to do with food. And when you just look at all these different restaurants and how popular it is to go to restaurants and eat all this food, and you look at the grocery stores and what people are putting into their shopping carts, from my observation, it appears that 90%, or a high percent of the food choices people make, including what they buy for food and they're wanting to experience the food at restaurants, many of their choices are based on an emotion. They're not based on the long-term effects of what the food's going to do for the body. So be a lifey, not a foodie. Instead of having 100 recipes, have 100 strategies for a successful life. If you're a lifey, you're probably going to be more effective in life, and it'll be easier to find the things in life that gratify you, so you won't even need as much food that is sometimes used as a substitute, merely because there's something else in life that you're not doing that could be contributing to your happiness. So because of that, you reach for food, and I don't know how many people, and I've been this way much of my life too, but it's quite a joy for me as I become a lifey and not a foodie. Life becomes a lot better, and I don't need as much food, and it's much easier for me to select food that is beneficial to me. So although I tend to repeat myself when I give these talks, the reason I do is because the messages that I repeat I feel are very, very important. Soon, once I get some training in public speaking, I'll probably figure out how to give a message in a way that I don't have to keep repeating it and annoying people by my repetition. But for now, that's the only technique I have, and it's called be a lifey, not a foodie. Well, here's my alarm clock going off, so that means I've talked for 10 minutes. I'm teaching myself, to limit these talks to 10 minutes. And a little message I'd like to give about an alarm clock going off. It helps us be aware of how we spend our time. And there's going to be an alarm clock go off for each and every one of us at some point of our life that will be the very last alarm that goes off. And so I use an alarm clock to remind myself that although a 10-minute segment of time has just passed, there will be a time in my life that will be the last 10-minute segment. I do this to remind myself of this in order to help me prioritize what I do now so that I don't have regrets at any time that the last 10-minute little alarm will go off. So I give that as a little additional message. Be respectful of your time, and be respectful of what's important to you. Do the things that really, really make you happy. Do the things in your life now so that when your last 10-minute alarm goes off, you're going to say, you know what? I did what I wanted to do. I interacted with the world the way I wanted to do it. This life experience has been really, really good for me. Thank you, life. So I tend to cheat and go a few minutes over my talk, but I'm going to train myself now, and I'm going to conclude. And again, the whole basis for my talks is that I believe I can find a 10-minute message that can benefit 10 million people. I don't know which message that's going to be. I'm just going to keep giving them until I give 1,000 messages, and it'll go for 3 years until I do it. I'm on my 5th day right now, so I only have, like 995 more to go. That shouldn't be too difficult. And so this message today is be a lifey, not a foodie. Be respectful of your life and choose the food that supports your life. And if you do that, you're going to have just as much fulfillment in your eating as you will a person who's too much of a foodie and is a little bit disassociated from parts of his life. I respect people who are lifeys or foodies, and so don't think that I'm criticizing you as listener if you're a foodie, but I have a message for you, and it's just be a lifey, not a foodie, and I think that you're going to discover an incredible present and future for you. So this is David Groninger saying thank you very much for listening, and it's Saturday, November 28th, 2015. Thank you.